Hey guys, welcome to 2024. Thanks for coming back to Invested. We love you guys. So let's get to the subject. This question here is about commission. So I thought it's kind of important to kind of talk about it from quantitative to qualitative, how this concept really works, how it impacts your bottom line for both sides. So landlords don't want to pay commission on full lease terms. I'm running into issues more and more with landlords. I'm a landlord rep in a fairly small market. As I'm prospecting, I'm finding more and more landlords don't want to pay leasing commissions on a full length of the lease. As a landlord myself, I get it. I have tenants leave 6 months into a 3-year lease. Since it's a tertiary market, most tenants are not credit tenants. Landlords are willing to pay commission annually for every year the tenant stays in the building. I have never actually done this before. Seems like a pain having to follow up with these landlords every year to see if the tenant is still there. I'm considering discounting my commission for every year after the first. As an example, 6% year one and 3% for the every year following. Has anyone had this issue? What are potential solutions? Great question. And I understand both because I've been on the sell side as well as the principal side. So I know how commission is sensitive, and especially for brokers who makes a living off commission because they don't get paid a W-2. They don't get a salary every 2 weeks. So they're really not banking on these deals going through and making their commission. The second perspective is landlords. Landlords are actually putting up a lot of money up front to acquire these tenants. So the commission, the tenant improvements, the base rents are factored into their return profile. Regardless if it's rudimentary or sophisticated, it doesn't really matter. They're like, okay, if I pay this much money up front, this is going to be my return on investment over the 3-year period. And that's assuming the tenant stays, right? So, those are the risks that landlords take as well. That's why they want credit. So in this situation, it happens a lot during downside of the market. So when the market's doing fairly well, no one really gets upset because you have a lot of options. The tenants are going to pay the highest rent. So everyone's honky-dory, everyone's happy. So it's fine. But usually these kind of situations do occur when there is tightening of the markets. Landlords are a little bit constrained in their bottom line. So they're undercapitalized because the commission doesn't get spread over 3 years. You have to make the payment up front. And for everyone out there, usually commissions on commercial real estate, such as retail and office, they get paid in 2 ways. They get paid 50% of their commission when the lease is fully executed, meaning both party, landlord and tenant, or like lessor and lessee, right? And also 50% gets paid when they take possession and their rent commencements occur. So that's the benchmark. But 6 months after they can go out. So I get that. So in this situation, I have seen played both ways where you discount the commission, but also reduction in commission, right? To essentially you give some to garner some goodwill with the landlord so that you can work with them in perpetuity in the future or whatnot, right? So it's more of a marketing and a PR plan. So you want to do that. And one thing here I did not really like was it seems like a pain to follow with these landlords. It's interesting because I know you're a landlord's rep, but essentially you should be talking to your landlords quite a bit if you have the assignment. The issue you're going to face is that if you do these type of follow-ups, what if you lose the landlord rep assignment after year one and you have to keep following up with that tenant, with the landlord? So that's a pain in the butt because the relationship might not be that great. So I think discount or reduction in commission is going to be a lot more viable for you, where it's a win-win. They'll see it as a win-win situation. So you win by getting your commission up front. It might be a reduced or slightly variance in your market. Second is that landlords feel that, hey, you're looking out for their interests. So they might not see you as a sly broker that's trying to rip you off. So you win in that kind of more rapport with them. So they feel like they're winning. And in essence, the tenant goes in. So hopefully it's a win-win-win situation. And that will kind of build up with your reputation. And when market gets better, you can go to the full commission. But be very careful because when these landlords get accustomed to you giving them a discount, even though market's good and it's worthwhile to pay the full commission, they're not going to do it. So you have to be very careful. How do you, work around that? But in this time right now with all the landscape with realtor.com and the realtors are getting sued, right? That's more a single family and a commission, but it's just a sentiment. Everyone kind of sees that brokers are ripping everyone off or feels that way. But I feel a little bit differently because good brokers are going to be able to vet the tenants and guide you to get better credit or structure leases in a way that's going to protect your downside. So try to add more value, be a good advisor. And I think over time, if you build a rapport with them, and you should be able to get back to your normal commission rate. But in this situation, try to reduce your commission. If you found this content helpful, please subscribe and share and add some comments. Thank you very much.